Hey everyone, so in this video I'm going to share with you some of the things I'm doing to prepare my garden for this storm that just will not go away. We are in Central Florida Zone 9 and we just had a storm go by that gave us rain for about 5 days, and now we have this storm that's coming right back to us. So it looks like that we'll have a couple more days of rain, but the winds will be a lot stronger for my location. So I'm going to show you what you can do if you have some storms coming your way in the future to prepare, or run to the store right now and grab a few items that may save some of your plants. So one of the first things I recommend you guys doing is getting some good stakes in the ground. If you already have stakes in the ground, go ahead and jam them in a few more times and make sure your plants are tied to them. What I've done and works really well is I use EMT poles. They're just these metal poles that you can get at Lowe's or Home Depot, at any warehouse store. And my husband has cut these, and we pretty much just push these into the ground really far, and then we don't have to worry about any storms. If you guys have different plants like sunflowers, unfortunately, if we have strong winds, they are either going to break or bend. The good thing is a lot of your plants will probably look a mess, but most of them, as long as they stay rooted, will be fine. So if you can, go ahead and harvest as much as you can. Like what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and harvest some of this kale so it won't whip around the wind too much. And I'm going to see if I can stake some of these sunflowers to at least help them not break in half. As far as our squash goes, there's really not much I can do here. I could probably take a few leaves off the bottom, but I think I'm just going to let them be. If you have vining squash plants, I would go ahead and put a stake in the ground. If you have extras, you can use, we've used regular sticks from our woods, because I know stakes can be really expensive. EMT poles, I think they're around $3 to $4, and you can get almost 2 to 3 different poles out of just one of those. For me, that's more cost effective than wooden poles, because they rot over time, especially in our zone here in Central Florida. Again, over here, I don't really have a whole lot that I can harvest. Some of this will just kind of get beat up a little bit in the storm, but what I'm going to do is give you guys an update. And if you have any potted plants, you want to go ahead and bring those in, or bring them into your garage. And make sure everything is secure as it can be in the garden. Now, with all the rain that we do have coming, when the storm has gone, you are going to want to try your best to go into your garden and wait for your plants to dry out and treat them for bugs again, because all this rain that we're getting is going to wash any product that you have on your plants to keep the bugs at bay. And you might possibly get some kind of fungus going on because the ground is so wet right now. I mean, it looks like we're going to go into almost 7 days of straight on and off rain. So I wanted to interrupt and show you guys what I'm actually going to be using after the rain is over, because I know I'll get those questions in the comments below. I actually just ran to my feed and seed store and asked them if there's anything that I can spray on my garden after the rain is gone, because I know that the ground will be wet and a lot of my plants will be susceptible to fungus and disease. And he said he just got this new stuff in, so I'm interested to try it. Of course, I'm always trying to do things organically, and it's made in the USA. I usually use this caterpillar spray. It's called BT. You can find this at any type of store. Just look for BT. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it, but that is short. But I will let you guys know how this goes. I buy the concentrated because my garden is so big. If you have a small garden, you can probably find something like this in a spray bottle, but this is going to take care of fungus, mites, and different bugs. So I'm going to actually take both these components and mix them into my sprayer, and hopefully it will rescue some of my plants after this rain. I also want to mention, if you guys have any hanging plants or any chandeliers, you definitely want to take those down. Sometimes I forget about taking those down, and then they fly out of the tree and they get ruined. So if you can just even put them up on the side of the house where the winds are not going to be hitting strong, that would be helpful to make sure that your plants are not ruined. I think the way the winds are going for this storm, The worst part of the storm is not going to be directly hitting my garden. It will be the house, thankfully, will be blocking it. So that's another thing too, is look at how the winds are approaching your property and where your garden is located. The good news is, if some of your plants do end up falling over, you can re-put your plants up and stake them. Most plants will survive a bend. Plants will not obviously survive a complete break. It's off the ground and out of the water and staked back up. Even if the roots have come exposed a little bit, as long as you have quite a bit of roots still left in the ground, go ahead and just put some soil, cover those roots with soil, get it back standing up, and eventually over time that plant will survive. So here's something else I will be taking down. Anything that you have plants on, you want to just go ahead, take a few minutes and remove them, because don't make the same mistake I have, where you think the storm's not going to be bad and the winds won't be that high, and you get some kind of crazy gust that comes by, knocks this over, and then all your hard work that you've done over the years and the money you've spent in investment into these plants will be ruined. So go ahead and take the time, bring those inside, take them in your garage, and unfold your plant stands and put them on the ground as well. So here's another area. I'll be completely taking every single plant off this area. This is my working space and it's a mess right now because I'm doing this on the fly, because I do want to help you guys prepare and not freak out. So all of these are actually going to go over in this corner here, and especially anything like this that's lightweight pots. I can't tell you how many times after a storm we've come into the yard and these things are everywhere, and our neighbors' plastic pots are all over the place. So it will definitely save you time if you can go ahead and secure anything like this. If you have any garden towers like this, you definitely want to take them apart. All your plants should do fine as long as you're not leaving them here like this. We even have a serious EMT pole down in this, but it is not secured in the ground. And even if it was, this is so full of soil that I don't think the EMT pole would help. So I will be disassembling this just in case. It only takes a few minutes. So if you can get your family involved in securing things, of course, don't forget your cushions, because they will fly as well. And here's another area that I will be taking down. So I went ahead and took all my plants off here and just put them along the house. I did break down my tower. I'm just going to leave the bottom two on because I don't think those are going to fall over. They got enough soil in them. And there's not really a whole lot I can do with these trellises because I don't want to remove them. Hopefully they will just stay in the ground and not fall over. I went ahead and took down all my other potted plants and hanging plants. And now all we can do is pray. I hope all your gardens survive. At least some of the garden will. Just be hopeful. And please let me know if any of this was helpful and if any of it actually works for you after the storm. Please let me know in the comments below.